Hey everyone, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. In this video, we're going to be discussing Rumble, which I recently just signed up for. Looking beyond YouTube, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on the platform so far and explain my reasoning as to why I signed up for Rumble. And no, I'm not actually ditching YouTube, so you can breathe a sigh of relief, but I wanted to come on and give my explanation on why I'm looking elsewhere beyond YouTube. And I think it's very important that we do this with not only, content creation, but also everything in life, right? Everything's all about balance and diversification, and we should never put all of our eggs in one basket. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, take the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or whenever I go live. You can also give us a follow on Rumble now. I'll put links for this in the description and in the comment section below. And it's the best way really for, me as a content creator to basically stay in touch with everybody, right? Because if there's one thing I learned from this Airbnb situation is that they suspended my account, and it's, when a company like Airbnb has such huge market share and dominance in the market, it's very easy for them to just turn people off and silence them, and that is very dangerous. And that's something that we should be very cautious about. You can also give us a follow over on X, which is formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my social media platform of choice going forward. And again, it's just another way for me to stay in touch in the event that I ever got, I do get suspended from YouTube, or, basically banned or just temporarily suspended. I don't think that, I'm not expecting that to happen. I don't think it has never happened before, but it could, right? I've seen other content creators, other channels, tons of channels that got suspended, and they had to go through, a big rigorous process to get reinstated, which hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that I never have to go through that. But it is a way to have another platform and another alternative, right? So again, with Airbnb, I don't know if you've seen this video, but they suspended my listing in my account. You'll never guess why. Essentially, a fire alarm went off, but it was a false alarm. And basically, based on this logic, if a child went to the false alarm, went to do a false alarm and pulled the fire alarm just as a prank, basically my Airbnb account would have been suspended. So it doesn't make any sense at all. And then I did this video called The Airbnb Killer. Has Airbnb finally met its match? And that is Booking.com. I signed up for Booking.com while my account was suspended on Airbnb. I was putting it off for a while, and I had VRBO, whatever you want to call it. And, I only had like a dozen bookings the whole calendar year for 2023. So like 95% of my bookings were coming from Airbnb. And then when I signed up for Booking.com, before I could even finish my listing details, I already had a booking, and I had more bookings in 1 week on Booking.com than I had all year on Vrbo. So it's a great alternative and kind of an example of why we shouldn't just wait until, the worst case scenario or until account is suspended before we look at other alternatives. It's never a good thing to have a complete monopoly on, a certain sector or industry. And the short-term rentals is no different than, YouTube and content creation. I don't think YouTube should have all of the market share, right? And again, Rumble is a public company. We'll look at the chart here in a moment as well. It's getting interesting. We have a new all-time low at 433, and it's actually a monthly double bottom there at the all-time low. So this could be a nice swing trade here. If we just go back to the EMAs, you could enter on a break of the previous monthly resistance there at 532. If we break 532, that's a potential swing trade of about 30%. To EMA 26, you're looking at about 60%, but not financial advice. This is for entertainment, informational purposes only. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. But like I said, the fact that I'm signing up for Rumble is not that I'm ditching YouTube, not that I'm thinking YouTube is going to suspend my account in any way. Pray that they don't, but in the event that they do, I have an alternative, right? And same thing with X. We can stay. Even people are getting silenced, and the cancel culture, there's tons of censorship going on there as well. I see tons of other people on X that are getting suspended and without any warning, right? And it was the same thing with Airbnb. They suspended me, didn't warn me. They said that there was a glitch in the system is why I didn't receive an email saying that my account was suspended, and they were looking into it. Like, just absolutely terrible, like an experience and policies. And this is what happens when a company grows too big too quickly and has too much market share. They get cocky. They think that they're the only, business in town. And like I said, Rumble is a great alternative so far, in my I've only been using the platform for a little while now. Obviously, a lot less viewership. There's a lot less views, a lot less content creators on here. But like I said, the more that YouTube, not that I have any dissatisfaction or any kind of grudge against YouTube. I'm just saying it's nice that we support other. We don't want these monopolies, right? We want to support everything, and like, okay, Airbnb can have 80, 70, 60% market share, but they shouldn't have like 90 or plus percent, right? Same thing with YouTube. I don't care if YouTube is the leader in the video creation and content creation for the rest of my life, right? But I just don't think it should have like 90 or 100% market share, right? Because then that's when we start to have this too big too quickly, and censorship, and just a monopoly on the whole industry, right? And the whole sector and segment. So in my opinion, make sure to give us a follow on Rumble, because I think it's a great platform. It's a great alternative. It's a publicly traded company, and I think it's the biggest competitor to YouTube. So like I said, you can give us a follow there. I'll put links for this into the description and in the comment section. Make sure to follow us on X. And if you haven't seen these videos, you can check out that video on Airbnb. And if you're looking at an alternative to Airbnb as well, you can check out booking.com and Vrbo. But I really like booking.com so far, what I'm seeing. But like I said, the Rumble chart is looking interesting here on the monthly time frame. And you could set your stop below 433, which is key support. Obviously, it's a double bottom and all-time low. So you could set your stop at, maybe you want to do like 399. You want to allow a lot of wiggle room. You could, it depends on how much you want to put into this name. I personally, I don't own any at the moment. I may look to potentially do a swing trade though. We'll see. We'll see how I like the platform a little bit more. I'll be keeping everybody updated. But like I said, I'll be uploading a lot of my content there as well. And then this is more just of a safety net, a precaution in case something were to go awry, or something, any kind of censorship or any kind of suspension like that, or funny games that are going on, just like the Airbnb situation. I didn't get my Airbnb reinstated though. I mentioned that in a prior video. It was in this video here that I mentioned it. They finally did reinstate my account 2 days ago on Monday. So that was great, but just absolutely laughable policies. And again, this is just, it has to do with how big they are, right? They get so big so quickly. They get so many cases, so many issues that they have to follow up on. It just takes them forever to respond. So again, this is not me hating on YouTube. This is just me looking for other alternatives. And again, I don't think it's ever a bad thing to diversify. Just like investing, just like trading, we want to invest, but we want to invest in a diversification. You don't want to over diversify, right? You don't want to stretch yourself too thin, but you want to have multiple sectors, you want to have multiple asset classes, and then you want to own multiple, usually you want to own multiple horses in those races, in those asset classes, right? So if you're looking at crypto or MJ, you want to maybe diversify with 4 to 6 to 12 different cryptos, or 4 to 6 to 12 different MJ stocks, right? You should never own just one asset class or one company or asset within that asset class, right? So let me know what you think of Rumble if you use the platform though. Would love to hear your opinions as always. But going there, it's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again on the next video.